Let us see the next question. Following information is available about certain portfolios. So portfolio A, portfolio B, portfolio C, D, E, F, G and H. These portfolios are provided to us. Returns have been given for individual portfolio and standard deviation is also given for individual portfolio. Which are inefficient portfolios? That is a question. So from this we are required to identify the inefficient portfolios. That is a question. I request you to write your answer in the chat box that which are inefficient portfolios. Let us have understanding that say how to give answer for the question. Dear students, there are three things that say we always do. Identify the securities which have the same return. Okay. So 10, do you find 10 later on? No. 12, no. 15, no. 16, no. 17, no. 18, yes. I am able to find 18% coincidentally in the very subsequent portfolio. So both of them have the same return. So the security which is having lower risk will be considered as an inefficient one. So over here, so the F will be considered as an inefficient one. Why? Because in case of the F security, for the same return, security G will be considered as an inefficient one. Why? Because so the reason for that is that so the G security is having so the more risk for the same return. So G is considered to be inefficient one. And the question says that so you are required to prepare list of inefficient securities, and in that so the portfolio G will be the very first portfolio. As far as the H is concerned, it has a return of 20%. Again, it is not matching with anything else. The second thing is that so you have to see that same standard deviation. So 23 no, 21 no, 25 no, 29 no, 19 no, 32 no, 45 no. So we do not have a situation wherein so the two securities are having so the same standard deviation. So the second condition is say we can say bypass. Third, identify the situation wherein one of the securities having say the lower risk and more return. If at all it is the case, then in that case the security which is having more risk with the lower return will be considered as an inefficient one. Okay, so 21 is lower than 23, so the risk is decreasing. 12 is exceeding 10 and the return is increasing. So we understand that say between A and B, A is considered to be an inefficient security. That is what we understand. Why? Because A is having comparatively more risk and lower return. So here we are mentioning A. Now C in comparison with B, risk increases and the return also increases. So both of them are efficient. Risk increases, return also increases. So both of them are once again efficient. Risk reduces and the return increases. Okay, I am comparing C with E. What we can see that so the 19 is lower than 21 and 17 is greater than 12. So we can say that so the B is an inefficient one. Next, let us make a comparison of C and D. 16 is greater than 15 and again 29 is greater than 25. So risk increases along with the return. So both of them are efficient. 19 is lower than 25. So risk reduces and 17 is greater than 15. So return increases. Hence we can say that so the C is also inefficient one. So let us cancel C also from the selection. Now making comparison of C and E. In that we understand that so the risk reduces and the return increases. So as far as the D is concerned, in that we understand that say once again it is an inefficient one because it has more risk with the lower return. So D is also inefficient. Yet the answer is not over. We have to make a comparison of E and F. Risk increases, yes. Return increases, yes. Risk increases, yes. Return increases, yes. So we understand that say the E portfolio is compared with all other portfolios, and say we have not a situation wherein E portfolio is being dominated by anyone else. So suppose we are required to prepare a list of efficient portfolios, then in that case efficient portfolio, in that so the E will come in the efficient portfolio. Next, F will be compared with H. Risk increases, yes. Return increases, yes. So F is also considered to be efficient one. H has been compared with all others, and based on that say we can say that say the H is also an efficient portfolio. This is the way say we are required to make a comparison, and if at all we are required to make a selection of the efficient portfolio, then in that case EFH is efficient, and A, B, C, D and G are inefficient. So let us answer the question. Based on given information, comma, we can conclude that portfolio A, B, C and D are inefficient because all of them have return lower than E and risk more than E. With paragraph write down, portfolio G has same return as F and lower risk than F. I'm sorry, higher risk than F. So portfolio G is also inefficient. Overall, portfolio A, B, C, D and G are inefficient. Full stop. So based on this working, we can say that as far as the security A is concerned, the return is 10 percentage and standard deviation is 23 percentage. This is A. Security B has a return of 12 percentage and standard deviation of 21 percentage. So this is B. C has return of 15 and standard deviation of 25. So over here it is C. 16 and 29. So this is D. Security E has return of 9, that is say the 17 and standard deviation of 19, that is E. F has a return of 18 and a risk of 32. This is F. Then the return is 18 and standard deviation is 35. This is G. H has 45 and 20. This is what's the kind of situation that we have. So over here, all this what we understand are comparable, and in that say the E has the lowest risk among all, that is say among this, and at highest return. So E dominates all others. If at all we make a comparison of F and G, we understand that so the F has lower risk for the same return. So ultimately we can see that say it is E, F and H. These are the efficient portfolios.